Hey, I made a website, and I'm making shirts, and I'm selling them on the website. Check them out at rhpgarage.com or in the link below. Store coming to Facebook and Instagram soon. Current stock only men's large. Hey YouTube, welcome back. We are finally painting today. That means primer, that means base coat, and that means clear coat. Now, a lot in this video goes wrong, but you're gonna have to wait to find out what. Well, I'll give you one hint. Harbor Freight paint gun. Alright, well, I told myself I was gonna try to talk less in these videos, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so it's the next day, and things look pretty good. Got a couple of minor sags in my wing mounts, which is easy enough, but what I also noticed is some pinholes in the epoxy that weren't visible before the primer. A little filler and sanding will fix that right up though. Onto the bumper. The primer did not go on as thick as I thought. It looked a little bit thicker when it was wet, but even though I have still coverage, I can still see through the paint and down to the fiberglass. I'd like to do one or two more heavy coats, but my gun is spraying unevenly and the heavy coat will likely lead to runs. That, and I'm both out of primer and the funds to buy more. I'm hoping it will be enough, but I'm worried I could burn through the primer when I wet sand. Well, guess it's time to find out. So immediately I noticed two things. I have some sags, which I can easily get out, but the second thing is, it looks as if the metal flakes sank down after being sprayed, and it's causing these strips of densely packed flakes, and I don't know if there's a fix for this. It's present throughout all of the pieces, though thankfully they're localized only a few spots. Right now I'm racking my head just trying to figure out what could cause this. Did it get ripped off on paint? Is it my shitty paint gun? Am I just a little retarded? I'm still not sure. If you guys have any idea, please let me know down in the comments.
All right, YouTube, we're back. Clear coat's on. It's been cured for about 48 hours, maybe a little less. But now it's time to start doing some wet sanding, really fine wet sanding. I could start at 1500, but I think 2000 is gonna do me just fine. It's gonna be less work than having to get those 1500 grit sanding marks out. So I've got 2000, then 3000. Here's the 1500 I'm not gonna use. Then I've got a cut and a finish polish. This is finish, this is cut. And what I'm gonna be using for them is I have these sponges that I usually like to use for wax when I wax my car, but I'm gonna be using this as an applicator because I don't have my rotary tool. So First, I'm gonna wipe these off with some soap, get any residue off, and then I'm gonna start wet sanding with 2000 grit. I've got 2 towels here, should only need 1, and yeah, let's get to it.
Well, I sanded through the clear coat, and I don't have any more clear to spray. This whole project I've had to accept coats that are too thin and just make it work. Shit happens. A huge issue I had, aside from not having enough paint, is the spray pattern from the paint gun. I had to max out the flow rate of the gun. This worsened the spray pattern and likely caused the gun to spit drops of paint like it did, but had I adjusted it properly, the spray pattern was only about 3 or 4 inches and it barely gave any coverage. I am certain that with those settings, I would have taken so long the paint would have begun to cure in the gun.
6 months later.
Here we are over 6 months later and the paint is looking alright. The first thing I want to point out is that thanks to the wax I used, I can't even tell that there's a hole in the clear coat. Second, due to how thin the coats were, chips from the rocks form much more easily, and it's a lot more obvious when you get up close. Lastly, I got the wrong paint code. I assumed that when the previous owner resprayed the car, he would have used a Toyota paint code. I was thinking Moonstone Silver. It's close, but it's not it. See, now if the color had been correct, I would have fixed the clear coat, but money's just been too tight to redo the job. Hopefully sometime in the future. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe and drop a comment telling me what you think below. Don't forget to grab a shirt, and thanks again. I'll see you next time.